I sent Pam, would you put up Proverbs, please, the first scripture?
Yes, sir, I will.
In Proverbs 6:16 through 19, it says, there are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are abominations to him. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, the hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among his brothers. You know, those are just little things that on a weekly basis that just about all of us are guilty of. I mean, we just so quickly jump to conclusions. We do things before we even think about it. And whether we mean to hurt somebody or not, we do. You know, and then other times it's not us. Other times it's somebody else that maybe is holding that grudge or is telling you something or has done something to you. But the thing about it is we get out there and we let little things get into us and put hate on towards somebody. And we can't do that. You know, many years ago, I divorced and had a child, and lost that child, lost my wife. And I held a grudge for a long time. I actually was so hateful, so resented her so much. I carried a bullet in my pocket with her name on it. And it took me years to get past that, to realize that I wasn't hurt by grudging her. I was hurting myself. And that's the problem. See, when we take and we put hatred on somebody else, when we go, you know, okay, this person hurt me. I want to get even. I want to get back at them. But you never really do anything, but inside your heart, you just keep harboring that. It keeps building and building and building. And the more it builds, that person has no idea. You're not bothering them one bit at all. They're going on with their daily life. They're moving right on forward. They're walking through here. Could be sitting in the same room with you. They don't care. But all that hate is on top of you. And all that hate is doing is crushing you. It's crushing your spirit. It's crushing your will. And by not doing that, by forgiving that person, is the only way you can take that burden off yourself. I sat down the other night. I talked to her because she's holding my hand. I'm sorry, I get emotional about this one. But she's holding on to that hate with Stephen, the father of her son. And she just kept telling me, Daddy, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I told her, I said, hey, girl, I said, you've got to stop that. I said, you've got to pray. You've got to ask God to forgive you before you can forgive him. And she said, I can't, Daddy. And I told her, I said, until you do, I said, you're not going to get past this. You're not going to be able to move on. I said, you're hurting your own spirit. You've got to find it inside yourself to give forgiveness to him. And I don't know, but hey, she's holding me like this. She won't tell me. So I can't help her get past it. As we all know, we want to be able to do everything for our children. We can't. All I can do is pray for her. And I'm praying that she'll find that so that she can forgive him, so that she'll get that same relief I got. I sat down with a very good friend of mine this past week. It really probably is the reason I'm preaching this sermon this morning. He and his family have always had issues. As a young man growing up, he was verbally, mentally, physically abused by his father, not sexually, but just physically abused. Some point later in his life, his father found Christ. And he still holds on to that resentment. My buddy does. And recently, his mother has kind of taken the place of where his father was. And it didn't have anything to do with his kids or his side of the family and things like that. He's just holding a lot of hatred and a lot of resentment toward her. And I probably spent 2.5, 3 hours up there listening to his story and how things have been going. And I told him when he was done, I said, man, I said, come out pray with you. He said, yeah, because he's a good Christian guy. So I prayed God would forgive him first for holding on to that grudge against his family, his parents. And told him, I says, you've got to pray now that you can forgive them yourself. I said, so that you can get free and be relieved of what you're holding on to. And I know I'm not the only person in this room who's been this way. Every single one of us have had somebody that's done us wrong, that's done something to us that's hurt us. And every single one of us has held on to something like that for way too long. And again, I think by holding on to it, you're hurting yourself and not the other person. Ken, there's a slide in there that's in the Luke. I believe it's 6:37 and 38. Judging others. Judge not, and you will not be judged. Condemn not, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap. For with the measures you use, it will be measured back to you. Stop right there a minute. That last verse there, for with good measures you use, will be measured back to you. That right there is telling us, God is saying that if you are going to judge that other person, he's going to judge you. So by you judging that other person and harboring that hate, by holding on to it, God is looking down at that and he's going, okay, I've already told you what to do. You know what to do. You know what's right. If you can't let go of it, I can't let go of what you're doing either. So what's he going to do? He's going to press down. And he's going to push, and he's going to push, and he's going to push. And that's why I keep building up, and he makes that hate stronger. Because God's in the back of your mind, that little voice you hear back there, you want to forgive that person. Let it go. That's pressure God's put on you to tell you that. And so until you listen to what he's telling you, until you do what he's telling you, until you forgive that person, you're not going to feel that freedom. You're going to keep getting that pressure from God. And things are going to continue to go wrong for you because you're doing what God told you not to do so. So how do we handle the problem with other people when we have a grudge, when they have a grudge against you? Luke 6, 27 through 31. But I say to you, who hear, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who abuse you. The one who strikes you on one cheek, offer also the other. How many times have we heard that? That's hard to do, though, isn't it? Your first reaction is somebody hits you, you want to get back. What does God tell us to do? Take it, offer the other cheek too, and then go back and pray for them. Who takes away your cloak, do not withhold your time either. Give to everyone who begs from you, and from the one who takes away your goods, do not demand them back. Like God's telling us right there, if somebody steals something from you, don't demand it back. They may have really needed it. Now, had they asked me if they could use it, I'd probably said, yeah. But a whole lot easier to have to get another one myself. But we're still supposed to be doing it. We're supposed to let it go. And as you wish that others would do to you, so do unto them. So if you're going to hold that hate, then you should expect to be hated back. Bottom line, folks, is it comes down to if you don't have any sin, if you're sin free, you've got every right to throw that stuff. You've got every right to put that person down. You've got every right to say what you got to say. But I can't think of one person sitting in this room that's got that right. John 15, 18 through 27. If the world hates you, know that it has hated me before it hated you. Imagine that. The Romans hated God so bad they crucified him. They're not down for Jesus. They crucified his son. So he was hated way before we could hate anybody else. If you were of the world would love you as its own, but because you are not of this world, but you choose, but I choose you out of the world. Therefore the world, remember the word that I said to you, a servant is no greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will persecute you also. But Jesus was persecuted, he was convicted, he was crucified. Every one of us would be the same. We have to be judged by God, not by others. But if we're going to be judged by God, we don't have the right to judge others. We don't have the right to hold them in. We have to let it go. If they kept my word, they will also keep yours. But all these things they will do to you on account of my name, because they do not know who sent me. Who sent? I'm having a hard time reading that anyway. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would not have been guilty of sin. But now they have no excuse for their sin. Whoever hates me hates my Father. I can't imagine that. Those scriptures right there tell us that others that judge us, others that hate us, don't know that. They don't know him at all. They've got to find him. If they hate God, they hate Jesus. They hate you. Well, that's our job. Our job is to go out there and teach others about Christ and show them where their sins are. Show them that they can get forgiveness for what they've done. If I had not done among them the works that no one else did, they would not be guilty of sin. But now they have seen and hated both me and my Father. But the word that is written in the law must be fulfilled. They hated me without cause. Jesus died on the cross for us, y'all. Crucified and convicted for no cause. No cause. But to save us from sin. Amen. Father, we're so grateful that you allowed us to come and hear your word this morning, Lord. Father, we just pray that you would just let this sink into our hearts, Lord, that you would help each one of us to make hold of grudge, Lord, to forgive that person. But Father, we're not hurting those people. We're hurting ourselves, Lord. Father, I pray that you would just lead and guide each one of us through this week, Lord. That you would just help us to reach out to others, Lord. Father, that we might be able to touch somebody's heart. We might be able to bring somebody closer to Christ. In your name we do pray.
Let's stand and continue worship and tithes and offerings.